Labor leader Anthony Albanese's backed farmers' calls to declare some drought-stricken regions national disaster zones. Live now to political reporter Trudy McIntosh. Trudy, Mr Albanese is not the only high-profile politician touring drought-affected areas today.
Yeah, that's right, Annalise. The spotlight really being put on these drought-ravaged areas across Queensland and northern New South Wales today, with the Treasurer Josh Frydenberg and Drought Minister David Littleproud also touring the region. They're in the town of Inverell today in northern New South Wales before they head north to where Anthony Albanese is. The Labor leader in the town of Stanthorpe in Queensland, he's touring the region and says the government needs to do more to develop an overall drought strategy. He was also asked whether he would back farmers' calls to declare a natural disaster in some of these areas that have been so badly affected by the drought.
Quite clearly, this community is suffering from natural disaster, not on top of the drought. For them to suffer from that devastating fire has had a real impact on the community. We've spoken to businesses here last night and this morning that are really doing it tough. We're coming up to the October long weekend and frankly, normally the motels would be full around here. They're not.
And Trudy, Labor continues to pressure the PM for details of the Trump phone call about the Mueller probe.
That's right, Annalise. He may be in Queensland focused on the drought, but Anthony Albanese was asked about this story we saw dominating the headlines yesterday about Donald Trump's request for Australia to be involved in this probe into the Mueller inquiry's origins. Anthony Albanese says the Prime Minister still has plenty of questions to answer here, also taking aim at what he believes is a cosy relationship between Donald Trump and Mr Morrison, particularly after those optics that we saw at that Ohio rally. Here were his comments this morning.
Anyone who looks at that footage in Ohio will say to themselves, it looked a lot like domestic politics to me, and Scott Morrison using terms like make jobs great again was designed to feed into domestic politics in the United States. Well, I think that the Australian people will make their own judgment if they're not prepared to be transparent about this.
The Foreign Minister this morning speaking about this on radio. Now, she says that Australia isn't interfering or part of a political dispute in the United States, and she's also refused to be drawn on what level of cooperation that the Australian government has provided to this investigation, saying she won't go into the intelligence details, Annalise, that we are sharing with the United States.